I want to thank you all for coming out today. My name is Jacob Reitan. This is Herrin. My name is spelled Jacob, last name Reitan. I am with a group called Soul Force, which is an organization that works to use the relentless, nonviolent, resistant tactics of Gandhi and King to put an end to political and religious oppression against gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people. Haven's name is spelled Havenherrin. We are two openly gay people, and we are here today at the National Guard Recruitment Center to try to sign up to serve our country. We want to sign up, we want to serve in the Army National Guard, but we can't because we are openly gay people. We can't because of a law called the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, which is a federal law passed by Congress and signed by President Clinton in 1993. Since this policy was signed into law, over 10,000 gay, lesbian, bisexual people have been kicked out of the armed forces at a cost of $364 million to the American taxpayer. Currently, there is a bill in Congress called the Military Readiness Enhancement Act. This bill would do away with the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy. There are 3 members of the Minnesota congressional delegation who have signed on to that bill: Congresswoman Betty McCollum, Congressman Martin Sabo, and Congressman Jim Obastar. Those 3 members of Congress are saying to me, I have a right to serve my country. I want to know where Congressman Kennedy, Congressman Peterson, Congressman Klein, Congressman Gutnick are at on this issue. Do they think I have a right to serve my country? And Congressman Jim Ramstad, do they think I have a right to serve my country? Haven and I are 24 years old. We are young, fit, capable people. We both graduated in the top 10% of our class from some of the nation's best universities. We have to ask ourselves, what are we missing out on when we say that gay, lesbian, bisexual people cannot serve their country openly? You're missing out on Haven and me, and countless others across this nation who would serve their country with honor and pride. It's a very American thing to do, the call to duty. We are here today in Roseville, Minnesota, to answer that call to duty. How will our government receive it? Will they embrace us? Will they say, you have a right to serve? Or will they reject our call because we are gay and lesbian? I hope they'll embrace it. Haven?
If you think that Don't Ask, Don't Tell is a good compromise, that it allows gay, lesbian, and bisexual people to serve their country honorably, then you are wrong. This is government-sanctioned discrimination. And every day, the 65,000 service members who are gay, lesbian, and bisexual are living a lie. They are forced to lie in order to serve their country. I too am here today to try to serve my country, but I will not live a lie in order to do so. So we are here to fight for the rights of all gay, lesbian, and bisexual people who wish to sincerely serve their country, and I am here to support the gay, lesbian, and bisexual people who are already serving and suffering under this policy that is government-sanctioned discrimination. We've been told that under federal law, we may not be allowed to serve. So I am going to go in there today as a competent and able young adult, and I'm going to try to serve my country, and I want the American people to pay attention to what my government's military tells me when I try to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go in now to try to sign up for the Army National Guard. And you're welcome to follow. I think we have one statement real quick here.
Good morning. I'm Major Kevin Olson. O-L-S-O-N. I am the public spokesman for the Minnesota National Guard. I'm joined by Lieutenant Colonel Dirk Kloss. That's Dirk, D-I-R-K, Kloss, K-L-O-S-S. He is the commander of the Minnesota Army National Guard's Recruiting Battalion. And to my right, I'm joined by Lieutenant Colonel John Brossart, B-R-O-S-S-A-R-T. He is the staff judge advocate who is the primary legal advisor for the Minnesota National Guard. I'll be making a brief statement, and then myself, Colonel Brossart, and Colonel Kloss will be available for your questions. After Jake and Haven go in to be interviewed, the interview process is a closed meeting. We don't allow media to cover any interview of any National Guard applicant. After the interview is concluded, if they decide to do a sit-in, I'd like to invite members of your group, Jake, to join you in the office you'll be interviewed in. And members of the media, you'll be invited to spend as much time as you'd like with them at that time. This is the Minnesota National Guard statement, and this is attributable to me. We appreciate and are honored by patriotic young people who choose to enlist in the Minnesota National Guard. Each one of our applicants undergoes a rigorous application process to assess their physical conditioning, their legal background, and their mental preparedness to serve in the armed forces. And this process begins with an initial interview with a recruiter, and that's what Jake and Haven are doing here today at our Roseville recruiting station. It's important to know that during this initial interview, or during any subsequent interviews, at no time will these applicants be asked about their sexual orientation. A person's sexual orientation is a personal and private matter, and it is not a bar to entry into the armed forces. Now, if an applicant discloses that they have or intend to engage in homosexual conduct, then, according to federal statute, the enlistment process stops. I want to emphasize that at no time during these applicants' interviews today will they be asked about their sexual orientation. The Minnesota National Guard is required to abide by all federal statutes and Department of Defense regulations. Lieutenant Savage, who is directly behind you, has copies of this federal statute and the Army regulation that governs the homosexual conduct policy. For more information on this federal policy, contact the Department of Defense press desk at this following number: 703-697-5134.
So we'll go in. I'm sure the interview process will be very brief. They know we're gay. We're going to tell them we're gay. We're not going to hide our sexual orientation as a condition of our service. That's unjust, and it puts on an undue burden on the gay and lesbian service members. It's a ban that must end. So I don't expect this interview process to last long. I understand you'll be able to join us when it's done. I hope you'll be around to see us and see our statements. Thank you. We'll be